Today we are back in the living room at the renovation project that's being renovated here at the convent that's being renovated in rural France. So, great to see you again. I am going to discuss a mistake that I've made with regards to what I'm doing at the moment, which has not only cost me time, but it's also cost me a little bit of money. The former being more important though, because time is money, is it not? So, we'll discuss that in a little bit, but first of all, let's get a second coat on the bigger half of the living room and get it looking nice. Crack on with some work. Not much paint left. It's always good to give it a good stir. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. The second coat for the bigger part of the living room is now on the walls. Very happy with the results, but let's talk about the mistake I made, which cost me time and it cost me money. Check it out. Now on some parts of the wall, and I do mean some, it's not the whole wall, but just small sections. For example, and I've had to use a light to really highlight this because it is hard to see and I don't even know how well the camera's going to pick it up. But there's just a couple of sections here and there, dotted about, a handful of sections where it's a little bit uneven, I would say. Like, yeah, you can just about see it there. That's the worst part, but it's hard to pick up on camera. And the reason why it seems a bit uneven is probably because the plasterboard is soaking up the paint. Because what I should have done was use an undercoat, but I didn't. I just bought this tin of paint here. This is the stuff, although you can't really see the, you can't really see what it is anymore because I spilled it so much when I'm pouring it. But I thought it would be fine because it says here 98% opacity from the first coat. So I thought it's gonna need 2 coats at most. And I could potentially get away with leaving it with just 2 coats, but it's not perfect. So I'm gonna go over it quickly, one more time, very fast, off camera in fact, and because you don't have to watch it for a bloody 3rd time, do you? And learn from my mistakes. So what I'm gonna do, and what I've already done, is use undercoat. And I've already bought it, so let's take a look at what I'm gonna do. Whee! Can you see me? So this is obviously the new tin of the lovely Dulux. You know, I basically bought essentially the most expensive paint that was in the shop, so I wanted the best stuff. And I've been applying this directly to the walls, which is fine, but what you should do, and what was recommended to me by quite a few comments, people in the comment section, so thank you so much, but by the time you recommended it, obviously I'd already painted the first coat, so there was no point in doing it in the living room because it was too late. But I'll be doing it in the rest of the apartment, and that is using an undercoat. So the goal of an undercoat, and this is stuff specially for painting onto plasterboard, so this is, you know, perfect. It's essentially something that apparently, according to the tin, reinforces how much it adheres to the wall, how much the paint adheres to the wall. Okay, so essentially what I'm hoping is 1 coat of this and then 1 coat of that, and that's it. This should help this to adhere to the wall. Okay, so then there's no need for a 3rd extra coat. And the 3rd coat is barely necessary. It's more like 2.5 coats I need, but with these 2, hopefully just 2 coats. Do you get my drift? But there is also a cost saving measure involved by doing this, because so not only do you save time by doing just 2 coats instead of 3, but also this is 10 litres and it's 45 euros. This is 12 litres, 20% more, but it's double the price at 90 euros. So you're going to be using less because you're putting just 2 coats on the wall, and it's cheaper anyway. That first coat is half the price, almost. So do you get my drift? Saving money, because we've already gone through a whole tin of this stuff just for this living room, including here, and that's not even had the 3rd coat yet, but we'll get away with doing a slight 3rd coat in here with the first tin. So knowing that this is 90 euros and the 3rd coat's not even done in there yet, the living room has cost over 90 euros just to paint. So it'll probably be closer to 100 euros in paint for this living room space. I mean, that's just the price of the good stuff, you know, here in France. And I just wanted to use the good stuff because, well, it's not my apartment, it's Billy's, and I want to use good materials, good products, if you get my drift. I don't want to do it on the cheap. So there we go. So, yeah, not too bad. I will give you a bit of an update with costs in another video, how much I've spent so far, because I'm not even keeping track. I need to look at my, you know, bank statements and all that stuff. But anyway, let's get painting. And I know some people might be like, oh Ryan, you're an idiot. Why didn't you use an undercoat from the start? But hey, this is a learning process. I've made a mistake. I should have done my research, but I own up to it. And I won't make that mistake again. Because it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you learn from them. That's my motto, at least, anyway. And to be honest, it doesn't take long to put another coat on these walls because they're basically done already. So it's just a quick go over, done in no time, you know? It's not the end of the world. And while I'm here painting away like there's no tomorrow, I do want to say thank you to everyone who's watching these videos. You're helping to make this whole renovation thing possible, and I really do appreciate it. And I am super excited about the future and learning all of these new skills. And you know what? You know what? Let's do the thumbnail right now. Does that look good? Bit bright. Is it a bit bright, everyone? Thumbnail? I'm so shocked. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the thumbnail. Let's carry on painting. Whew. There we go. I just want to get these walls, you know, as good as they can be, you know. I'm trying my best. I might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm trying. Well, that wraps it up for the painting today. It's looking nice and white, I must say. Okay, so how much mess have I managed to make? And I'll be honest, not that much paint has ended up on the floor, okay? The concentration of paint is here, and that's obviously because when I pour the paint, I just let it drip down the side of the tin. But in one spot, it's not bad, and it's going to be covered with a new floor. Anyway, you can see there, it's basically empty now. So we've used a whole tin, not too bad. I'm going to get these utensils there, these tools, cleaned up and leave them to dry so they're ready to be used again. But stay tuned for tomorrow's video because it's going to get more interesting, okay? Here we are now in the kitchen. Now we could start painting the walls in the kitchen, but I've got a better idea. How about tomorrow we do this? Let's prep the walls in this hallway here. This is obviously the entrance, and it will make such a difference if we focus on the hallway, such a transformation, and it will really brighten it up because it's quite dark at the moment. So I think that's a good idea for tomorrow. And of course we'll move on to the kitchen as well at some point. It all needs doing, but it's looking fairly good. Okay, it's not looking too bad. That white in there, it doesn't it transform the place? Brightens it up so much compared to what it was before. Very happy with that. Another day, nice and productive. So I'm happy. Hope you had a good day. Hope you enjoyed this video as well. And thanks again for your support, your comments, your suggestions. It's all appreciated greatly. Thanks so much. See you in the next video tomorrow. Bye for now.